All right, shalom, shalom. About to make this video right here. I'm trying not to make it too long. Only reason I say it is because, brothers make videos like this around this time every year, right? But I mean, hey, it could be that somebody needs to hear the message. So, just gonna make this. What I'm saying, it was on my spirit to make this for the past couple days now. But work has gotten in the way. Here in Babylon, we're forced to work week in, week out. Even in times when we would rather do the work of the Lord, the work of the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, anyway, before I go any further, let me just start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. By saying, Kal Halai Allah Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Harakah Kadash. I want to give double honors to the elders, apostles of GMS at Real Well. Also, double honors to my elder, Apostle Harwan of the Lions Den Camp in Jacksonville, Florida. My brother Yakarab and Yahawadah of the Lions Den Camp. And salute, shalom, shalom, to all the Akim, Akwathim, and the truth. More specifically, the hopeful elect men of the Lord, okay, that are present their bodies as a living sacrifice week in and week out, okay? And so, again, this well-known chapter, well-known verses, okay, and I'm gonna just jump right into it, man, because you see the image that's on the screen, okay? The so-called Negro, family, what I'm saying, sitting around the table, waiting for that, waiting for that bird and that dressing, all right, with all the trimmings, all right. They got the damn tree of Nimrod in the back. You see what I'm saying? The evergreen, so like an evergreen in the back. So anyway, this is Jeremiah chapter 10, and let me just start from the top. It says, "Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you." Okay, anytime that word Lord appears in the scriptures, okay, that's talking about Yahweh. All right, the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, he has a name. It's not God. Okay, God is just a title, and it's not Yahweh, Jehovah, or as some groups say Ahaya. All right, the name is Yahweh. Okay, so hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh: Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, so be not dismayed. All right, at the signs of heaven, and it says, learn not the way. Okay, you're not supposed to learn their ways. You're not supposed to do the things they do. You're not supposed to be enjoined with them in their, in their traditions. All right, you're not supposed to magnify what and who they magnify. Lift up the things which they lift up. Okay, and give precedence to the things that they give precedence to. All right, learn not their ways. Why? Because their ways will lead you away from your power. Okay, away from your God, as they say, right? And will lead you into, following after their ways and their gods, all right? Basically, idolatry. So learn not their ways. You see? To learn something means to study it, okay? And add some practice to it, okay? Put some action behind it. Okay, you have to study it and get the theory, okay, behind it, actually internalize it and save it to your memory, and then put some action behind it to demonstrate that you learn the skills and learn those things. So if you're learning their ways, that means you're putting action behind doing things that they do. You're not supposed to do that. Okay? And it talks about in the scripture right here, it says you're not supposed to do that. So it says, learn not their ways. Okay? It says, For the customs, this is verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain. Vain customs. All right? Vain customs. Okay? To learn their ways, okay, just that the act of learning their ways, okay, is vain. It's not going to do you any good. Okay? And to learn certain things, really and truly, it's not going to do you harm. But once you start to internalize those things and once you start to think on those things, okay, and meditate upon them, you're going to begin to do them. You see what I'm saying? You're going to begin to do those things, right? As to roughly paraphrase, as a man thinketh, so he is, right? So if you're going to meditate and study on these things and then learn their ways, eventually you're going to start to go off, okay? Especially in this society where you have an inundation of their ways as opposed to the ways that Yahweh Shai would have you to go in. Okay, the path that they would have you to follow. All right. See, the hopeful electmen of the Lord, 1/3 out here, we're surrounded by their ways. We understand their ways. Okay, but we're more so in line with what Yahweh Shai would have us to do. Okay, we're not concerned with learning their ways. Yes, we understand their ways, and we've learned things over time, okay, through wisdom and knowledge. Okay, yeah, we've learned their ways, but at the same time, we're more concerned with what Yahweh Shai would have us to be concerned with. Okay, so to simplify, right here, he's saying don't even learn their ways. All right, that's the best way to go about it. Yes, you're going to be surrounded by, you're going to see things. Okay, you're going to hear things. You're going to know things just by being a so-called sentient being, okay, with all the senses that the Most High Yahweh has bestowed upon you. But we're not supposed to learn them, meditate upon them, okay, and then follow and do them. You see what I'm saying? It says, for the customs of the people are vain, okay? For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, okay? The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe cutteth a tree out of the forest. Cutteth a tree out of the forest. What do you call someone who cuts trees down for a living? An arborist. Okay, that's called an arborist. All right, then those arborists, they take those trees. They might sell them to what's called a lumberjack. That's somebody who works with the wood. They break down logs and trees, turn them into 2x4s and different wooden beams for use and things of that nature. But the arborist is the workman with the axe, okay? Or the chainsaw in today's time. That's the axe. And then they go and cut the trees down. Like you see that scraggly ass tree in the background of these so-called Negroes right here, okay? They cut the tree down. They cut it out of the forest. And this is what they do every year. This is what they do every year. All right, come October, the end of October, all right, in November, they start cutting these trees down, getting them ready. All right, now they got artificial trees for that same vain purpose. All right, they say the work of the hands of the workman with an axe, an arborist. Somebody, this is what they do for a living. All right, but in this particular setting, it's for a custom, it's for a vain custom. And we know what that vain custom is. See, the so-called WHITE people and the other nations, they've been doing this, all right, for millennia. They've been doing this for millennia, man. Around winter time, okay, they want to get together and celebrate the going away of the sun, okay, because we know the sun is their natural enemy, okay, giving them all types of skin cancers, so on and so forth. And then they celebrate the return of the sun when it comes time to grow crops and things like that, you know. So this is what they do. They worship, the celestial bodies, all right, and are dismayed at the wonders in heaven. Oh my, the sun's leaving. Oh, it's coming back. Oh, yeah. Get all turned every which way. But we're not supposed to be dismayed at those signs. We know these bodies are simply bodies of light, all right, and for times and signs as the scriptures talk about. okay, for times and seasons. You see, we're not supposed to be dismayed at these celestial bodies and what they do. The same way we're not supposed to learn their ways and how they react to these times and seasons and these changes with these vain customs. All right, cutting down trees, going back to pagan rituals dealing with Nimrod and so forth. Okay? For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Okay? At work, I gotta see this nonsense at work. Every place I go for the job, I gotta see these damn trees of Nimrod up. You know, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Everywhere I go, I got to see this BS. You know, that I'm not supposed to be learning, following. You see what I'm saying? But here in Babylon, it's almost like you're forced to engage. You see, I had a dinner or a lunch, a holiday luncheon that I was invited to. I got an invite to it. Okay, I chose not to go. Why? Because I don't want to be involved with that BS, man. Okay, I got work to do. I got things of importance I could be taking care of. Y'all want me to go and involve myself with your vain customs and ways, man. I don't want to be involved with that BS. All right. And the Most High Heavenly Father, same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who, these same people purport to follow. You see, they purport to follow him, but they ain't reading his book. They ain't reading his word because he says don't even involve yourself with this nonsense. Okay, so I chose not to go. You see what I'm saying? Certain people I care about, certain people I love. Guess what? They're gonna get involved with it. They know I've told them too. You know what I'm saying? But they don't get it. They don't get it. They think that they can involve themselves in these things and they're not going off, man. But the scriptures clearly say, learn not their ways, man. It says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, and they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. You see? So that scraggly ass tree in these damn trees that people put in their homes, in their jobs, okay, in their vehicles, some of them, little small ones they put in the windshield and all this little other nonsense. You see? In their places of merchandise, all right, they deck them with silver and with gold, okay, with silver, with gold, ornaments of different colors, all right, and diverse arrays of pictures, depictions, and all these different things like that. They deck it with silver and with gold and fasten it with nails that it move not. You see, in times past, they used to literally fasten them to the floor with nails. You see what I'm saying? So that they wouldn't move, topple over. Today, they make these trees. The artificial ones are balanced, somewhat balanced. All right, and then they have a little tree stand, so they're not going to topple over. But if you have a real tree, now they have it to where you can put them in inside of it's almost like a tree stand. You put them inside there. You have to fasten it from the sides, but the stand itself will prevent the tree from toppling over. But they didn't have that in ancient times, so they would literally, fasten it with some other type of tree stand, but then they would fasten it to the floor so that it didn't move, man. All right. However you get that thing to stand up, okay, that's the idea, right? That's what it's talking about. It said they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree. Okay? Upright as the palm tree. So he's breaking it down in terms that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, this is who he was speaking to right here. Israelites. All right? Not Israelis. Israeli is a false term. Don't exist. He was talking to Israelites. All right? And he had to say it was upright as the palm tree. because even though they were familiar with evergreens, okay, they were familiar with evergreens. If you go over to parts of the Middle East, they have a great many palms. All right, there's a lot of palms, palm trees, just like you might find here in Florida, other parts of the U.S. You know, warmer climates, tropical and subtropical. You have palm trees. You see, so they were familiar with palm trees, but he was also describing this tree in particular. It says upright. It's upright. It's not leaning over. It's not an oak. It's not. It's not like some other trees that might grow every which way. You know, it's upright, straight up and down, as the palm tree. That's how you have to look at this scraggly ass tree in the background here on this picture. Okay, it's upright, standing straight up and down. Now it's got branches that shoot out from the trunk. You know, from the main body of the tree, but the tree itself stands upright. It's not leaning over, anything like that. That's what these people want. All right. The so-called WHITE man and the heathen, they want upright trees. Nothing that's leaning over like some damn Charlie Brown Christmas special. You see, they want upright trees, straight up and down. It says, they deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. All right, born, carried, moved about. All right. When you bear something upon your shoulders, when you bear something up in your arms, that means you're carrying it. These things have to be born. They have to be bear. You need to bear them up. You have to move them from one place to another because they can't move themselves. Okay? But the vain custom of the people, they worship this tree. You walk into somebody's house around this time, oh, where's your tree at? Where's your tree at? All right? To hell with this damn tree, man. Okay? To hell with this damn tree and everything it stands for. Okay? It says, be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. The tree ain't doing you no damn good. Okay? Tree ain't doing you no damn good, but costing you an arm and a leg. Because if you get the real ones, they cost. Okay, they cost a pretty penny. Unless you get the straggliest one, like this one here in the background, scraggly ass tree. Okay, that's the $10 and $15 special that they sell. Maybe the last couple days. Before Christmas, something like that. It says, be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Yahweh, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations and in all their kingdoms there is none like unto thee. So that's who we're gonna follow. All right, that's who the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are gonna follow. Okay, we're gonna follow after the King of nations, man. All right, there's no power like unto our power, Yahweh. All right, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. None like him. All right, so we're not gonna follow after Nimrod, Jesus Christo, all right, Cesar Borgia, all right, the power of Islam, Allah, whatever whatever they might call him, whatever names they might have for him. We're not gonna follow after all these clown guys, man. We're only following after the one true God, who there's none like. Okay, and his name is Yahweh Shai. But anyway. Again, didn't want to make this too long, man. You see this family right here, and that's what people do, man. They'll have these vain customs up, follow after these vain traditions, and then you try to tell them, look, man, you need to come out of that. That was never set up for us. That's what these so-called WHITE people and the heathen go after. These are the things that traditions that they've laid up for themselves. These are people without the spirit of Yahweh. Everything they do is vain, and these are more of their vain customs, man. We come out of that stuff, man. We got our own customs, all right, our own traditions. talking about the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, the Israelites. We have our own customs, man, our own feast days. All right, Hanukkah, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to follow after these nonsense, customs that these people are into, man. You know, but it is what it is, man. The people are going to do what the people want to do, and a lot of our people, just like in this picture here, they'll go broke, won't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, okay, but be wanting to put up a damn tree and some other decorations, okay. Won't have a good meal to eat, okay, on that day. Be looking for somebody's house to go over and engorge themselves on all sorts of what they call delicacies, okay, which is really unclean food, pork chops, crab boils, and all that stuff. So be looking for somebody else to go and engorge themselves on a damn meal, all right. But as long as they got that damn scraggly ass tree up, man. As long as they got that damn scraggly ass rod and Nimrod sitting in their house, man, they feel like it's all good to go. You see? So this is the plight. This is the plight of our people right here. This is what it talks about. The whole head is sick, man. So our people don't want to come out of this nonsense, man. See, it's a disease. It's a disease for our people. It really is. It's a mental illness that our people hold on to these vain customs and the nonsense that they do, and can't seem to get out of their own way and hear the word of the Lord that tells them to deliver themselves out of this, man. But the thing about it is, Yahweh Shai hasn't called them to come back to the Father. All right, so it is what it is, man. That's why I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shai. That myself, I'm not ruled by these things, man. Because these vain customs and these heathenistic ways rule the minds of our people. Okay, but anyway, uh, that's the end of this. That's the end of this video, man. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.